unacceptable for people to use irreverent language about the 91-year-old president. Before Sadi's statement, Emmanuel Mariel Jingdens, a top local government officer in the unit where Yaoundé is located, announced he would expel anyone from the capital who insults Biya or state institutions. On Tuesday, Human Rights Watch said Jingdens' announcement should be revoked to ensure the right to freedom of expression. The rights group says it is becoming increasingly difficult to speak freely in Cameroon. Paul Atanganji, Cameroon's Territorial Administration Minister, says he is surprised that the opposition criticizes Biya, whom he says is the architect of Cameroon's democracy.
La démocratie et les libertés publiques.
He says democracy given to Cameroonians freely by Biya must be constructively used to build and not to destroy. He says all government and administrative officials should be firm in punishing opposition and civil society members who defy and insult state authority. Nji told State TV on Tuesday that opposition parties that call for protests against state officials will be arrested for rebellion, insurrection, and treason. Cameroon's opposition accuses Biya of ruling with an iron fist and says he is not showing signs he is ready to relinquish power. Nda Greenbald, Assistant Secretary General of the opposition Social Democratic Front Party, says Biya should emulate the example of U.S. President Joe Biden and hand over leadership to a dynamic civilian.
Our president, Paul Biya, is 10 years older than Biden, is 91 years, and instead of thinking how to hand over power to the younger generation, his regime is doing everything to impede the rights, the fundamental rights of Cameroonians from assembling and discussing the affairs of their country.
Supporters of Biya say he is a Democrat and has won all elections since the return of multi-party politics in Cameroon in 1990. Biya has not said if he will be a candidate in the next presidential polls, but his party supporters have been organizing regular political rallies to urge him to run for re-election. Moki Edwin Kinzeka, VOA News, Yaoundé, Cameroon.
In Sierra Leone, one of the lawyers for former President Ernest Bai Koroma says he is shocked by the guilty verdict against those charged with treason for last November's alleged failed coup because it did not follow the evidence presented in court. Lawyer Ade Macaulay, who also representing another of the accused, tells me that the charge that the plotter spoke by phone on the day of the alleged coup attempt is not accurate.
Firstly, my reaction will be based on my representation for the third accused person, Emmanuel Salifou Kamara, and also the ninth accused person, Inspector Ibrahim Sisse, both of whom were former bodyguard of the former president, Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma. We are shocked and surprised because it is our belief that the verdict does not follow the evidence that was elicited during.
When you say it did not follow the evidence, what evidence did you present?
For example, the prosecution's case is that one of the bodyguards of the former president, Emmanuel Salifou Kamara, was in communication with the assailant as they were moving from one place to the other, attacking military installations in Freetown. And the prosecution tendered in exhibit as evidence the telephone call logs of the former bodyguard of the president, Salifou Kamara, and at least two of the assailants they claimed he was speaking to. The telephone call logs themselves confirmed that indeed he never spoke to any one of them on the day of the attack, which is on the 26th. But before the attack, they gave a telephone call log of about a month. And these are work colleagues working in the same shift. So it is not unusual for them to call each other. Most of the calls lasted between 20 to 40 or 50 seconds. So it was nothing out of the ordinary.
Amadou Keita Makalo, we understand here, according to the verdict, a former bodyguard of former President Ernest Bai Koroma. He got 102 years in prison. What do you make of that?
I cannot speak for Amadou Keita Makalo because I did not represent him. But what I can say with authority is that he has never been a bodyguard of former President Ernest Bai Koroma.
We know that the former President Koroma was also charged. So is there a verdict coming for him, or was he tried at any time?
He has not been tried yet. We are still in the preliminary stage of the proceedings in the magistrate court where they call preliminary investigations. That is the stage at which we are at the moment. So no, we cannot expect any verdict now. We are still in the magistrate court. We have not gone to the high court where the trial proper is meant to take place.
How is the former president doing now?
Well, he's okay, resting and going through his retirement. And, he went to Nigeria on the medical fiat. And when it becomes necessary for him to come back to Sierra Leone, he will come back to Sierra Leone.
Ade Macaulay is one of the lawyers representing former President Ernest Bai Koroma. He was speaking with us from the capital, Sierra Leone capital, Freetown. And that's it for this Wednesday, July 24th edition of Daybreak Africa. We thank you for coming aboard with us this morning. For more Africa news and features, visit our website at voaafrica.com. Connect with us on all social media platforms. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We are also on YouTube, where you can watch our TV shows, Africa 54, Straight Talk Africa, and Red Carpet. On behalf of the Daybreak Africa team, I'm James Butter in Washington, wishing that you will have a lovely day.
France is hosting that
107.1 FM. You are listening to your hit music radio station. 107.1 FM. You are listening to your hit music radio station.
Enrich your morning by getting the latest developments on the continent. Tune in to Daybreak Africa from the VOA, your best source of headline news, in-depth interviews, and the latest in business and sports. Monday to Friday at 6 in the morning, right here on Sky FM 107.
Hey, my people for single again. So it means I'm single.
What? Where did you crying in a neighborhood let it for?
And the Kisha that my girlfriend is saying she now want me again because I can't perform my main duty. I went to Canada like chicken.
You dare to step in a whole player where you're crying, Penny. But look at the one coming said that you be crying for. You not there about Doku Beta, Matiela or Doku Beta, suddenly you're crying white face where you not me. Or Doku Beta will make you make who want me, me. It will make you be me in your woman hall. That should not be made to cry some money that the day send you all crying.
So it means that Odoku Beta can make me last long like a real man.
Odoku Beta is now there for that one too. Odoku Beta, it can reduce the blood sugar inside the body. It can reduce the cholesterol inside the body. It can prevent a cure infection polo. It can start the menstrual pain. Then it can cure the bad hurting. The one that can call the bad. Then it can remove cord from inside the waist and the boom. The one that can say remotation, it can move all that pain from inside the body. It can also make a woman can born when you can't born. The purple can say infertility. It can help inside the other one there. So then it can also help with letting why you crying here for because plenty men so I feel well Sonny here. So the purple can say we ejaculation Sonny leather. So it can help with that one there too. Then it can also kill small malaria inside the body. You know, so now small fever like it can kill it too. Then now all it gets small 30% on the alcohol inside a polo. That one you will be getting char, then you be treating your body with all the small infections. So when I am out there, you go look for it.
But they just tell me the play I can find Odogu Beta so I can perform my duty as a real man because I'm tired I'm making myself Sheena.
So Polo, le odogu beta soniye, e imported by odogu beta la bio, Fiama market. Then a marketed by Royal Plus. Then it can be distributed by Essedor on Geleshki. It can also be on Oro, Freeport, Jungle Water, Vatan, and Pakwapi Junction. You can also find it on here, Dolina Valley Business Center, Total Gas Station, Omega Market. You can find it to Joshua Bannerville Junction.
Alijuali Center Freeport, GK Enterprise Pakwapi Junction.
So let me get you the number for you to call when you want on this one here. You can call 0555-0111-23. Then you can also call 0777-219125. Call 0770-332812. Then the last number you can call 0777-589608.
See you don't get drinking. Where your friends get drinking. No, one shot for Odogu.
107.1 FM. You are listening to your hit music radio station.
Today, we can boast of more than 17,000 devices in Nigeria country. Into every village, every town, taking gold, selling traps, marry our sisters, loving to our wives. Nimba County is not reciprocated. You are not accepting Crown people into Nimba County. That is a serious problem for me. If we are accepting you and your people, your children, your brothers are buying land and living with us, and we are intermarried, you have that moral and religious obligation to accept us. Every Crown person that lives in Nimba will lie and say they are people or they are crew. I'll give you 2 examples. There was a Nimba lady who loved this Crown boy so much and said, let's go to my parents. And they went to the parents in the village. And the youth in the town realized that this boy she brought is a Crown boy. And they went to her and said, this boy got to leave. She said, I love you, I can't.
The office, you come to the office, you didn't tell me. We prefer to bring out to the public to say we are killer and we kill somebody. This is not good. During this gone election, we made a statement regarding Honorable Coon, who is now the vice president of the Republic of Liberia and president of the Liberian Senate. You admonished the Ghanaians not to vote for a killer. You rather vote for we. Today, everything has changed. He's our vice president. He's the president of the Liberian Senate, before whom we sit as he presides. We are the elders from the 2 counties that fought themselves. The war is over. Everyone in this Senate met me here, and I'm still here.
Go ahead.
I work with every senator from Grand Judah, the representative Joe Honorable Joe Penner. He's the first I got to know when we went to Winnipeg, Ghana. And people said to him, don't sit by that murderer. He said, but our people killed them too, the war is over. I'm going to sit by him. He sat by me. And then we are here. We've come a long way. I work with every senator, as a Yanibo, Marshall Dennis, Alfonso Gay. Oh, we're trying to keep the peace. Not one soldier had ever, not one senator from Grand Judah had ever talked about it.
So it's a pleasant morning and welcome to the program this morning. And of course, the program is Sky Morning Live on Sky 107.1 FM. We are coming to you live from the nation's capital, Monrovia. Again, we are here this morning to bring you a fascinating edition here on the show. So wherever you are, however you're listening, let me say officially welcome to the broadcast here. From now to 9 o'clock this morning, we're going to be having breakfast together. I'm your regular host, of course, and producer, Julius Boki. Today is the 24th day of, call it? July, right? Yeah, July. So as a matter of fact, my birth month is gradually saying goodbye to all of you. And so if you are around, we are also around. So welcome to it this morning as we together, we move together and do a lot of things. Yes, a lot of things to talk about, but trust me, we have a lot of things to talk about. We're going to be taking just a few of them, talk about them, and then we'll have a very good and fruitful discussion this morning on the show. So welcome to it. I'm taking a quick break to be right back. Okay, so welcome back to the show this morning. And of course, the program is Sky Morning Live on Sky 107.1 FM. Yes, we are back. A lot of you celebrating birthdays today. And just in case you're celebrating your birthday today, let us say happy birthday to you. And we pray and hope that you're celebrating in grand style, that some of us did. Yes, by the grace of God, we celebrated, and people are still celebrating. And those of us who are born in July, especially the birth month of our country, Mama Liberia, we like to say, we are very special people, especially those who are born on July 26th. And I got a couple of friends who celebrating on July 26th. Couple of friends, so many of them. In fact, some of them are even inviting me. I know. Yeah, 26th they'll be on Friday, so I'll be here working. So sometimes things are difficult. It'll be difficult for me to just visit friends who celebrating a birthday on Friday, July 26th. But whatever which way, if you celebrating, happy birthday to you. If there's a belated one, we'll say a belated one. If a pre-one, we'll say a pre-one. If celebrating today, we'll say happy birthday to you. Yeah, so you can also follow us on our Facebook pages and YouTube channels, and you can find Sky Communications Liberia on our Facebook. On Facebook, sorry, and follow us and share the link. Or maybe you can go to Liberia Public Radio on Facebook and share the link as well. Or maybe you want to go on YouTube, you can go there and find Sky FM and TV Liberia and then share the link. Or maybe you want to go to the same YouTube and follow us again on Liberia Public Radio. You're going to find us there. All you can do for us is to share the link. Share the link so that others will follow and we can have a very fruitful discussions here this morning. Yes, as usual, at 8 o'clock, we'll join the VOA for 5 minutes of news. We'll come back and then we'll go into the issues. And later on the program, open the lines and have some interactions with you. Yes. One thing I noticed, I don't know, what are some of you noticed this thing? You know, can I say Liberia or Monrovia is getting noisy by the day? It is getting noisy. Let me do something here. Okay. Liberia or Monrovia, let's say Liberia in general, is getting noisy. I mean, that's a fact. It's getting noisy every day. And what makes the country noisy? The country is noisy because of what Liberians started practicing. I don't know where the all thing came from. It's a new phenomenon that everybody, if not everybody, but majority, or maybe say few of them, let me put it that way. I don't want to say majority because I've not done statistics before. But some of those who are selling around the country, even in your communities, everything they sell now, they are using megaphones. And the megaphones are so loud and noisy to the extent that even when you probably decide to rest at home in the afternoon hours and somebody will just come on your window and play that megaphone and I mean, man, it's annoying sometimes. It's disturbing. Come on Broad Street. Come on Kebbi Street. I mean, go Central Monrovia. Come Central Monrovia. And you notice that the city is noisy because everybody want to use what we call megaphone to sell. You selling barbing soap using megaphone. Some people even selling pepper color. They using megaphone. Money calama using megaphone. Those selling clothes using megaphones. You come. Everything they're selling now is megaphone. Where did Liberians come from with this other idea? And of course, this thing started under the previous regime, right? I mean, I'm not shifting blame on them, but I don't know where they came from with this idea of selling with megaphone. They sacrifice at $10 and go and buy this megaphone, do their voice recordings, and they sell it on the megaphone. Scratch Kappa, just leave it. Orange Minipa, just leave it. Everything is just megaphone now. Where did we come from this idea? And this particular idea has made the country very noisy. The annoying part about it is that when you're in your community, you know, doing it on Broad Street, on other streets, Central Monrovia, or maybe somewhere in your marketplace is fine. But I mean, you want to sleep in your community in the afternoon hours. Maybe you had a hard day's work and you said today I'm going home soon, or sometimes somebody just home, your day is off, and you want to rest. You are sleeping or having a rest in your room or in your house, and all of a sudden you just hear someone on your window, orange mini, and different thing they're selling. People are even selling fufu, dumbo. They're using megaphone. I mean, the thing, I don't know where the whole idea came from. Where did it come from? Nobody knows. So sometimes I wonder, I say, where the idea came from? Huh? That everybody should use megaphone. Yeah, you have to use megaphone because, I mean, that's the order of the day. Does it mean that if you don't use megaphone to sell, you will not sell your market? Is that what Liberians are thinking? Even at the community level where people supposed to be resting, and you go to somebody window that kind of loud thing, and they don't reduce the volume of it. They will play loudly that you will get angry when you're in your house. And that's a reality. Everybody using megaphone. Everything in this country now is megaphone. That has resulted to the country or the city being noisy. Even at the level of the communities. Go in some communities. Somebody selling pepper color, they're using pepper color. They took their $10, went to buy the megaphone just to sell pepper color. Once upon a time, I saw a woman selling just how they call it. I mean, how they call that thing. I know ear cleaner, eh? Yes. Just when in the cleaner, she's selling megaphone. And how many of those things were in your hands? I mean, less than, just to clean earbuds, megaphone. Somebody got wheelbarrow passing around the city selling megaphone. And at the end of the day, what happens is that they just made the city noisy to the extent that even when you're passing some places, when your friend will call your attention, you don't hear it because the city is noisy. Where did we get this idea from? Liberians are good at starting or bringing new things out. I want to know. Maybe you out there, you know. How did this? Because, I think this thing started when this orange mini started to come. Yes. Let me think. Let me put on my thinking cap. I think it started when the introduction of this Orange Minute and Lone Star Minute. That's where it started from. Because that's where we started seeing megaphones around the city, Orange Minute, Lone Star Minute, then all type of thing. But now the thing has transitioned from that thing we call Orange Minute, Lone Star Minute, now you're going to all the businesses. Somebody has a shovel, the person has a shop. That everybody knows that shop that you go buy. Still, the guy megaphone hanging in front of the shop and telling them all the things they get selling in the shop. It's laughable, but it's serious. Sometimes, I don't know what I got. Yeah, so the ordinance and stuff. They have to look at this thing, man. The city is getting noisy. So before the megaphone came, how were you guys selling your businesses? And you were making profit. You were making money. You were selling. But the issue of megaphone now, if you know, the whole country noisy at the community level part for Gelly. When you probably get on the main road to walk down to your house, before getting to your house, your ears are closed. The noise too much. How the Liberians, get the idea. I'm not saying it's bad, but the way they do it is annoying. You make the country noisy, you make your community noisy, and sometimes you don't even chat or communicate with your colleagues at certain places because you hear one megaphone. So can you imagine to a particular location you have about 10 different megaphones saying 10 different things that you get confused. Sometimes they all using selling the same products, but they must use their own megaphones. Like for example, the Orange Minis. Go to a particular location, you see that the part of one play, but all got their own megaphone, the same Orange Mini setting. But they will not say that one person play their own and all relax. But all they want to play the noise, then the play gets noisy and annoying to the extent that sometimes when I get yeah. So I don't know how that brain got. How this thing came up. You put in the town, how it came up. They show a megaphone. Yes, we understand. What is his name? James Saladu. We understand. Creating job, that's self-employment. I agree. And I'm not against it. But I'm saying that how did you arrive at this? And secondly, why sometimes when you have a group, like for example, you have those guys that are selling the Orange Minute. Because you mostly see them together. So those guys are selling Orange Minute. And you have about 4, 5, 6, 7 persons that are at that location selling Orange Minute. Why don't you allow one person to play his? The father of the guy is playing his own, is selling for all of you. But you have 7 persons at a particular location. All of the 7 playing the same orange mini, Lunster mini, orange mini, you know. So it becomes annoying and noisy. That's the point I'm making. I'm not saying it's bad. I am not saying it's bad. Don't get me wrong. That's a form of marketing, right? But the way it is being used is my issue, is my problem. The way it is being used. And I don't know what Liberia in Liberia. James. I don't know if you're in Liberia, come on Broad Street. You will be standing just about 2, 3, 4 feet from me. I will be calling you, not hear me. Because the city is noisy. Everybody wants to use megaphone. How will you be selling pepper color using megaphone? Pepper color in your community. You said now one place using megaphone. You run on the road, people see you by using megaphone. Pepper color. Somebody selling GB, they're using megaphone. Go down Broad Street now. People that selling money kalama. They hold up Broad Street. Look, I come to work sometime latest 6 o'clock. I'm here in the building. And by 6 o'clock, you come on Broad Street, the megaphone sound, you hear, you give up. 6 a.m. 6 a.m. The city starts to get noisy about 6 a.m. Those guys that selling orange mini, they will wait on our street. Go down Broad Street, megaphone, everything on megaphone. Somebody selling water, they put megaphone over it. Somebody selling cool, they put megaphone over it. You got a store that everybody knows that store. Everybody knows that store with your name, with your store name on it. Everything, address, everything. Good store. You record on a megaphone and hang it in front of the store. Man. Just making this noisy, man. Yeah. Just making this noisy. How did you arrive at that? Who brought this idea? And I can recall vividly. Maybe we'll open the lines, then maybe someone can tell me. But what I record vividly is that this megaphone thinking when this Orange Minute and Lone Star Minute were introduced in the country. So people used to just use that means to tell you that, I'm saying, but then the thing has escalated. It's gone to every sector in the business. Everybody wants to use megaphone. My brother, they play noisy, they play your community, you can't rest in the day. By the time you won't close your app or someone will come on a window. Orange Minute, in fact, different thing, they're selling different thing. There's a woman who can sell in my community, she can sell soap, washing soap. Washing soap. You know, for me, I come to work, except Sunday, I come to work every day. So, like, I wake up early morning by 4, get prepared. Latest 5, 6 o'clock, I start to leave my house and get here by latest 6:15, 6:30. Every Saturday, I will more kind of community. As early as 6 o'clock in the morning, people sleeping, buy your washing soap on a megaphone. It makes the place not though. Yeah, my brother. That's a reality. That's a form of self-employment. But man, you should not do it and make your friend to inconvenience somebody. I can't be in my house sleeping and you can't just be disturbing right in under my window. Under my window. So what we'll do? You go to and say, I'm selling. But for me, I think it's annoying. The way they do it is annoying. It is disturbing and annoying. You have to take a careful look at that. You can't be on somebody winning and be shouting at that. Maybe you want to do it on Broad Street. For Broad Street, maybe they say the police and the police will not get restriction on it. But you can't go on somebody's window or in the community where everybody living and sleeping 6 a.m. and you dead disturbing with megaphone because in the name of selling soap, in the name of selling GB, in the name of selling pepper color. What sense does that make? What sense does that make? Let be real here. And you are saying, I can create job for everybody. In fact, I can create job for people. But the reality is that if you create job for yourself, that should not serve as a mere inconvenience in people. They say it's noisy. Library is noisy. I want to go call it a visitor Kakata. I don't want to go Kakata. The same thing. I went to go Ganda. The same thing. Banga. The same thing. The country now is noisy. Megaphone all over the place, man. Megaphone all over the place. Yeah, megaphone. and they think that that's the only form, that's the only way of selling their products or their services, so they will put megaphone. Somebody get barber shop, they record it, they hang it from a barber shop. Come and cut your hair. Come and cut your hair, 300. Come and cut your hair, small children, 250. Big people, 300. Barber shop. and you telling me I will create job for them, James? I mean, barber shop, your shop, with your shop need everything on there, well known. And then you go and record megaphone and hang it from your shop. The inside, the barbers are inside relaxing with AC, everything, the relaxing watching show. But the megaphone is hanging from the shop outside. Come and cut your hair. People, you know, that I had to say, I guess, people, 300, so much, 250. Come and cut your hair. Come and shave your beard. I beg you, the country interesting. I don't know all about bread, yeah, and that's the reality that I want going on in the country. So at the end of the day, the country just noisy now and things that just, I mean, in your community, you can't rest in the afternoon hour. You want to rest, no way. In the morning, you want to rest, or maybe you want to relax up to 8 o'clock before getting up. Some of you can come to well late, no way. Megaphone people will come and wake you up, and you're forced to wake up. You can't hear that kind of, you will not hear that kind of noise, and you just keep sleeping. You're forced to wake up. That's the reality. So, I mean, I agree, it's a form of self-employment, but you should do it not at the detriment of your friends and no relax. I mean, that is bad. Okay, so we'll be joining the VOA shortly to bring you 5 minutes of news. We'll come back. Yesterday, the police IG, in fact, the police released some report on some investigations they met, because the police, the IG was clear that some of the investigations, some of the cases they met there, they're going to go through them and they'll make the public, they'll make the funding public. And yesterday, they dealt with the 3 missing boys, they dealt with the guns that were found at the Freeport of Monrovia, and the death of the former, they call it, RAA boss, Nyeswa. So we'll go through that, and then we'll open the lines, we'll hear you say, and then wrap it up at exactly 9 o'clock this morning. Of course, my name is Julius Boki. I'm a regular host and producer. Let's join the VOA quickly. We'll come back, and of course, got a lot of things to say about that. We'll go through the report, maybe read some articles from some newspaper, but I think I got some voices here from the IG and even some of the investigators. So we're going to be joining them to hear for yourself. Then I will have what I got to say to that effect. Then I'll open the lines and then we'll hear from you. Let's join the VOA and be right back.
This is VOA News. I'm Tommy McNeil. U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris drew contrast between her former President Donald Trump Tuesday in her first rally as presidential candidate.
Before I was elected vice president, before I was elected United States Senator, I was elected Attorney General of the state of California, and I was a courtroom prosecutor before then. And in those roles, I took on perpetrators of all kinds.
Harris painted Trump as someone found guilty of fraud, liable for sexual abuse, and someone who conjures chaos, fear, and hate. The top 2 Democratic congressional leaders on Tuesday endorsed Vice President Harris to be their party's presidential nominee.
Vice President Harris will soon be our nominee and will be elected president in November. We are brimming with excitement, enthusiasm, unity.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and also Representative Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries ended days of questions over whether they would join the growing number of Democrats in supporting Harris's bid for the party nomination for the November 5th election. President Joe Biden dropped his bid for re-election Sunday amid worries that he no longer had the physical or mental stamina to wage what is expected to be a grueling race against Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's visit to Washington this week will consist of an address to Congress on Wednesday at a moment of extreme political flux in the United States. President Joe Biden and Netanyahu are expected to meet Thursday, and Vice President Kamala Harris will also meet with Netanyahu separately that day. More at voanews.com. This is VOA News. The Treasury Department is now ordering the nation's banking industry to start disclosing its holdings of Russian assets with the goal of eventually seizing those billions of dollars in assets and selling them to aid the devastated Ukrainian economy. The disclosure is required under new law passed by Congress earlier in the year known as Repo Act, which gives the U.S. government the authority to seize Russian state assets held by U.S. banks with the goal of eventually selling them and giving those funds to Ukraine. It's estimated that the U.S. banking system holds as much as $6 billion in Russian assets and trust. Kenya's anti-government protesters were met by counter-demonstrators in the capital, Nairobi, on Tuesday, and the latest unrest since demonstrations erupted over proposed tax hikes last month. Reuters correspondent David Doyle.
Pro-government protesters clashed with anti-government rivals on Tuesday morning before being dispersed by police who fired tear gas. One anti-government protester said they were being unfairly targeted. Protests erupted in June against proposed tax hikes. They have since grown into a wider movement against President William Ruto's government. More than 50 people have been killed after marches that were initially peaceful turned violent.
That is Reuters correspondent David Doyle reporting. The death toll from two landslides in southern Ethiopia has jumped to 229 and could rise further as the search for survivors and casualties continued into a second day. Following heavy rain, a landslide buried people in southern Ethiopia Sunday night. Then a second one engulfed others who had gathered to help on Monday morning. Footage shared by the local administration showed people digging up bodies with shovels in bare hands. The Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed said that he was deeply saddened by the terrible loss of life and that federal officials had been deployed to reduce the impact of the disaster. Taiwan has shuttered offices, schools, and tourist sites across the island ahead of a powerful typhoon due to make landfall later Wednesday. Typhoon Gami already worsened seasonal rains in the Philippines, where at least 12 people were killed. Typhoon had winds of up to 100 miles per hour Wednesday morning. I'm Tommy McNeil, VOA News.
Good morning, your boy. And this beat is not a toy. Every child who hears the dance is a joy. And this is a live beat of production. I got Jack on the beat. You feel me? Jacob has given me talent. But from time to time, some evil people want to keep me silent. Because those of you who trust me, then
Candy girl, I need your love. I need your love. Each and every day. I said, you're not here about the latest sensation sweeping the nation.
You must be talking about Kenny flavor vodka energy drink.
That's right. It's the perfect blend of premium vodka and a burst of energy to keep your neck going strong. Rich in protein, vitamin B6, and folic acid, and also enhances your potency. It makes your jiggy business be on point.
And with delicious flavors, everyone keeps talking about Kenny vodka energy drink.
Kenny flavor vodka energy drink is not just a drink, it's an experience. Whether you hitting a club or you chatting with your friends, it's your ultimate party companion.
Packed with the kick of an energy drink and the smoothness of vodka, it's the perfect way to elevate your night.
So then why you must settle for the ordinary? Try Kenny flavor vodka energy drink today and taste the difference.
Available at your favorite liquor stores. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
Kenny flavor vodka energy drink.
Taste the fun, feel the rush.
And remember, to buy the drink here, you gotta be 21 years old and above. Drink responsibly.
Good morning, your boy. And this beat is not a toy. Every child who hears the dance is a joy. And this is a live beat of production. I got Jack on the beat. You feel me? Jacob has given silent. But from time to time, some evil people want to keep me silent. Because those of you who trust to send hide your hands, we detected your gifts and your sins are million like the sun said. You can sign or you can lie, but when the trumpet sounds, we always play on one hand. This is our country and no one person is his God. How can we build a better Liberia? So stop lying to me. I'm proud to be a Liberian, so stop lying to me. I'm proud to be a Liberian, so stop lying to me. I'm proud to be a Liberian, so stop lying to me. Come down, Jehovah, and teach our generation moral and sincerity, oh God. Oh, and let dignity be the hallmark of the day. We pray to thee, oh God, hear our prayers. Come on, dear boy.
And of course, I know you are proud to be a Liberian. Yes, you are proud to be a Liberian. Look, we should be proud of ourselves. The fact that we accept that we are Liberians, we are proud of ourselves. So that's a good one. So be a proud Liberian. So good morning and welcome back to the show. Yes, we had to take the break, join the VOA, come back, and then play one commercial there. And then I'll take a musical break. We are back. So yesterday, I don't know. Some of us did not expect it, but we just got to know that the LMP will have a press conference, and then a report was given to Liberian people relative to the death of Barton Yinswa, the three missing boys, and the guns that were imported in this country. So I want us to listen to the IG, and then maybe some of your investigators as well, and then we'll do a rational thinking. And I don't want to talk too much on this. After the clip, I will just say what I want to say, and then I open the lines and tell me, what do you make of that report? What do you make of the report? The three reports. In fact, they said they've summoned former Finance Minister Samuel Tuwe, former Health Minister Wilhelmina Jala, Norris Tuwe, who is the Vice President for Public Affairs at the UL, Honorable Bill Tuawe, the former Managing Director of the the National Port Authority. And they said they are doing that because there are people that were there from a house to the club, from the club to a house. So people that were around him. They sent a letter out to some folks, some people who have received theirs, and the rest of the letters will be dispatched, or how would they be dispatched to the other people. So let's listen to the IG. We'll come back. We'll see what we're going to say.
The court case unit is also looking at the investigation surrounding the death of
and you have to listen carefully.
And there's a series of the court case unit is also looking at the investigation surrounding the death of Mr. Barton Yinswa, and there's a series of activities around this investigation. A couple of letters written to date. The court case unit has sent out a couple of letters to people of interest to the investigation. People of interest who have some information to help with the investigation, and all of those who have been invited at this point have been placed at some point of the event, from the house to the hospital, somewhere in between there. All of these people have been placed at some point. And those who have been invited for questioning or for support to the investigation, Councillor Norris Twe, Dr. Emmanuel Ray, Mr. James Thompson, Mr. Tina J. Moore, Mr. Gibson Ish Tumbe, Mr. Robert S. Ketter, S.M. Ketter, Mr. Musa Sisse, Ms. Hawa Nwapia, and Ms. Florence Zimbwan, and Mr. Joe Tukba. These people are being invited to come over for investigation. Some of them have been coming to the police. The police have been speaking with them. And from the conversation with the police, there are additional letters that are to be going out. And two of the additional letters that will be going out later this week for Mr. Dr. William Jala and former Minister of Finance Samuel Twe and Honorable Bill Traore. I think the letters have already been dispatched to them. We haven't spoken to them yet, but all of these people have been placed at some point in time with the investigation. The investigation continues. The cold case unit is active. We have other cases we're looking into, but so far so good with the missing boys issue. We concur with the previous investigation. It's just that we are now saying that these people are not declared dead by law. They are missing until we can reach the prescribed time within the law. So at this point, I would like to rest and take some questions, if any.
So we'll now entertain questions from the media, and I would like you to raise your hand if you want to have a question.
Well, before, I think I missed one of the names. I think the last person who's being invited here is Mr. Tikon Williams. Tikon Williams, yeah.
So you have your time to ask questions and will be addressed.
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you there. So you got it. You got it. And at the latter part of his speech, he said they concur with who? The previous report. That is, there was a report released by the George Weah-led government that's concerning the 3 missing boys. So they agree that the 3 missing boys, they are still missing. Some of them are still missing because they said they got a law. Let me see if I can play that. It said there's a law that talks about something like after 7 years. After 7 years before we can say they are dead. But as it stands now, they are missing. They are missing. So I want us to listen to this, please, quickly, so we can do a fair analysis on it. Because it said a law. Let me see what is there.
Who were victimized during the process, wherein the Kino were capsized on the St. Paul River on October 17.
Let me take it from the top, please.
And predicated upon that, we realized that, it was established that Siafa Baiman, Robert Blamo Jr., and Bobby Banquet, who were victimized during the process, wherein the Kino were capsized on the St. Paul River on October 17, 2020, it was established that Siafa Baiman had drowned. A body was discovered. The body was identified by eyewitnesses based upon the clothes that he was wearing. But the other 2 bodies, in person of Robert Blamo Jr. and Bobby Banquet, we did not find them, or were not discovered, or we knew they were, but up to present. So, in accordance with Chapter 25 and Subchapter 25.3 of the Civil Procedure Law of the Republic of Liberia, with caption, the presumption of life and death, which states that when a person is missing and when he has not been heard from or communicated with within the period of 7 years, then that person is presumed dead. The 7 years are not elapsed. So,
okay, so you got it there. The 7 year has not elapsed. He quoted chapter 25, subchapter 25. So until 7 years can pass, we'll still say the guys or that guys are missing. They are missing. So we're still waiting for 7 years. Now, the issue of Batin Yuswa, they've done an investigation and invited some people for investigation because there were those that were there. You know, Norris Twe, Samuel Twe, Bill Traore, the former health minister, they were all at the hospital and beginning from the home, from the club to the hospital, home and the hospital. So they invited them for investigation. So some of them received their letters already to be at the police headquarters for investigation. That one is clear. But they say that the 3 missing boys case is closed, finalized. So they agree with previous reports. They agree with previous reports that the 3 missing boys were not killed by Moses, the owner of St. Moses. So the exonerator St. Moses and said, look, he's not, even though maybe he's cemetery, then he's saying he called them to go and to him, but the killed capsized and there were a lot of people that were there. They found even one person dead. So St. Moses, that the point I'm making there is that St. Moses now is exonerated. He's clear, he's free. Mr. Moses, also, I know the name is difficult to pronounce. He's free. The LMP has officially declared him free. Maybe until maybe somebody can take another case, maybe they can go to the court. But as it stands now, St. Moses is absolutely free from that case. The police report indicates that he's free, he's clear. So let's take that note to know that Moses is free. Secondly, the issue about the guns. And we should not get this wrong, yo. There's one young man in this country that people will always accuse when bad things are happening, or had always accused when bad things were happening under the Jawia-led government. And that person is no one else but Jeffrey Tamakoji, my own local brother. It came a time that I said on this radio, I said, look, when it comes to these things, I'm not going to talk anything, I'm not going to say anything now, because I want to get a full report from the police, because they're investigating. So one thing that came to my mind is that why is it that people were always accusing Jefferson Koji? Is that because they say he was heading this Sabu unit? So every bad thing that happened in this country, they always say that Tamakoji was behind it. In the 3 missing boys, they said Koji were there. In fact, someone said, President, we have paid Moses, the owner of St. Moses, to kill the boys, to extract their kidney so that he, President, we can use it because of kidney problem. If I'm lying, you tell me I'm lying. Let me fair. That was what people were saying, especially those in opposition. They are in government today. That see Moses Asura was paid by the then president of Liberia to kill the 3 missing boys to extract their kidney because he, President Weah, were having kidney problem to transplant. I mean, they were saying, those were things people were saying. And man, you know, we hosted the parents of the 3 missing boys on Sky FM several times when we were in the old building. I mean, honestly, it's a sad moment. But let's call spade a spade. Everything that happened in this country, bad thing that happened in this country, under the Jawia-led government, were associated with Devonzi Tamakoji. So the police report has exonerated him to say, look, his hands were not in the 3 missing boys. 1. 2, Moses Asua name was not part of it. That was an accident. The canoe capsized, and 1 person was found dead, 2 others are still missing. Until after 3 years before they can say any other thing. 7 years, sorry. So this case now is up to the family to take the report to go to the Supreme Court to say, no, not even a report for the LMP. They can go to the court. Not just Supreme Court, they can go to court for that. Then maybe the court can be able to overturn it. But as it stands, St. Moses is clear of that. Let's go to the guns. When those guns came in this country, the same people in the government today were associating those guns, the importation of those guns, to Giovanni Koji. So sometimes I say, but what is the issue? Why will every bad thing that happened in this country, it will be associated with Devonzi Tamakoji? A young man. I mean, with all due fairness, with all due respect to him, he's my junior brother. I want to be clear on this. But why is it that everything that happened, let me say every bad thing that happened in this country was associated with Devonzi Koji? When those guns were caught at the Freeport of Monrovia, people in this country were saying that it was Jefferson Koji who was bringing guns in this country. Here now, what they call it in Vani Tele. So, I mean, that was going. Jefferson Koji came on air to celebrate and said people just refused to believe him. And the same people that were doing these things are people in the government today. Their government is in power. Their government in power. Now, your police, your government has come out and said, look, the guns that were brought in this country, Jefferson Koji here is not inside. Unless maybe they can go back for another investigation. The mayor is not there. Vanita is not there. And they call the suspect who has been charged. Oh, his name. He's in the US with 2 other persons in Liberia. And those in Liberia they were charged for conspiracy, criminal conspiracy, and facilitation. So Koji was free over there again. This investigation was not conducted by CDC government. Let's say it for the record. I do not support anybody, but I'm going to be real. Because I'm a young man, I will not say somewhere and people keep lying on me every time. When I come out to free myself and they say don't believe it. So let us be clear now that Jefferson Koji here was not in either the 3 missing boys case or the guns that were imported in this country or even Batin Yiswa case. Sometimes they associate it with Jefferson Koji. But there's an issue. The argument yesterday was that people were dissatisfied that why Jefferson Koji has been freed or set free from this case. So that sent a signal to me that there are people in this country who always want to see Jefferson Koji in trouble. I'm a young man. Trust me, I'm a young man. And of course, spade a spade. There are people who are questioning why is it that Koji has been set free from this case. Because their insinuation, their thought was that Jefferson Koji was the one that brought these guns in this country. That's the next argument now. Why should the police exonerate Jefferson Koji? Why should the police exonerate Moses and Suher? I mean, so I start thinking, so there are people in this country who want to see their friends in trouble all of the time. This is not just a mere investigation. This investigation was conducted by the Liberia National Police. And the report was made public by the LNP. So why now people are staying in the corridors and saying that no, why should they exonerate Jefferson Koji for this case? When the investigation was done by the police, look, let me tell you something in this country. Don't pray for bad things for your friends. The fact that you and a person are politically different in ideology, that doesn't mean that person should always be in problem. We are young people. We don't know when we'll meet each other tomorrow. And that's the reason why I always say this. When I come on this radio, I try as much as possible to be professional. That's why I don't just bring any information on this radio. I will hear it from the horse's mouth. And that's why you see me, I love playing clips. Because when I play the clips to you, it tells you that I'm not the one saying it. All of the cases, Koji is not there. They free him. They clear him. But people now are arguing why they should exonerate Koji for the entire process. Because their thought is that Koji has stayed there. Koji is still part of the guns. Koji stays part of the 3 missing boys. Why would you think about on young men like that? Why? Why? And the police still got more investigation they're doing. All our cases. We've not even heard about the Gifty Lama case from Broad Street here yet. We are yet to hear about the auditors. I mean the guy they kill on the Bolivar way there. We are yet to hear that. So maybe the police still coming. So that means that the police comes on and they clear all the people. People will say our problem, why they must clear them. Look, let me tell you something. And I'll say this for free today. If you think that Jefferson Koji has anything, it's up to you to go to the police to provide evidence. Go to the police and provide evidence. But don't pray for a young man to always be in problem. People celebrating in this country when Giovanni Koji was placed on sanction. He's a young man. He got a future. In as much as he worked with CDC government, that doesn't mean that he committed a crime. Yeah, I will do that for any young people, any young person in this country who is accused falsely. Not just Giovanni Koji alone. Any young man that is accused falsely in this country, I will do that for him or her. You know why? Because there are people in the society, in fact, there are older people who are old, whose features are not draining, who are praying for the young people to fall because they want to stay to where they are. The police come out and say, look, this man is free. These two people are free. But people are still there in the corridors of the street and discussing why they should exonerate them. Because, look, let me tell you something. If you have any evidence, and I'm saying it, since I've been in Liberia, let me be clear there. Since I came to Liberia, I've been on radio for years now, since 2012. The last time I remember seeing Giovanni Koji, you're not even in government. That time I was the first time I saw Giovanni Koji. It was President Sadi first time that I was laying my eyes on Giovanni Koji. Since then, I have not seen Giovanni Koji. I want to see on maybe video, and stuff like that. But the reality is that you don't pray for a young man to fall. You don't pray for a young, you fought hard. The people place sanction on Giovanni Koji. Young man, you are celebrating this country that he was sanctioned. Thinking that you destroy a future. Now, all of the cases you talk against him and say, oh, he's part of it. He did that. Even the Grand Musuki again say he's part of it. What about thing? The police came out yesterday and said, look, this guy, he was not in the gun belly. So let's wait and see now. Let's wait and see. Those that was indicted, let them come out to say, look, Giovanni Koji here was in a gun issue and they provided evidence to the police. Then maybe the police can record the case. But you can't stand there and say, why the exonerated man? If you yourself, even you yourself you don't have an evidence to show to the police that Koji head is in it. Some of you there now call the police all sorts of names. On your own regime, your own government, release a report. And as I said, I will do this for every young person in this country. A young guy who will be accused falsely, and the public will not believe him when he come out of free to exonerate himself. Now the police is a state law enforcement agency. They are responsible to investigate, and when you are found culpable, they follow you to court. So they say in this case, Koji here is not there. And there are people now who are discussing why should the police free Koji for this case? Because they want to see a young man in a bad case to be prosecuted. Why would we live that? As like, do we love ourselves, young people? Do we love ourselves in this country? And we sit down and say, oh yeah, we're doing as well. Do we really love ourselves? When we pray for a young man to fall. Koji will have his bad, he might have his bad ways. That I don't want to go through them. I don't even know about him because I've not seen him one-on-one before. As I said, the first time I saw Giovanni Koji was the first time when he was called my boss to Sky FM. But the second time, even the job, I have not laid my eye on Koji before. I want to be fair and real to you guys. But my point I'm making there is that let us stop praying for young people to fall. You pray for your friend young men to fall is bad. When three missing boys team issue again came, you possessing Moses were part of it. He the one did it. President, we are paying him to kill the guy to take the extra king there so he can use it because he had a king problem. If I'm lying, tell me I'm lying. Now the police came and said, no. It's a natural phenomenon. It was an accident. The cannot capsize. They found the body of one person who was identified, and the two they are still missing until after 7 years, according to law. According to law, these guys are still considered as missing boys. Anyway, let me hear you. Let's have a conversation this morning. 07777-107, 07777-221-223, 07777-107, 07777-221-223. And if you're watching out of the country, the WhatsApp number is +231-777-221-223. Let's hear you. What do you make of the police report yesterday about the 3 missing boys, the guns that were imported in this country, and the death of Batin Yuswa? Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Good morning.
Good morning. Let's hear you, sir. What's your name?
Yeah, James Labro, and I call you from the township of West Point.
Jim, let's hear you.
Yeah, let me say thank you for the show this morning. You know, it is quite frustrating that we will be calling for an investigation in a situation. We'll be saying, oh, let the police come up with funding, let the police come up with the facts.
Mm-hmm.
And when the police come up with the facts and say that John Brown is free or is not part of this thing, then people will want to force it by all costs. Then my question is, why should we always call for justice? Because when justice come in and say, okay, John Brown is free, okay, Kochi is not part, but you want to force it to be part at all costs. Now, first, that was the administration of George Weah. This now is the Joseph Walker administration, where we believe that this is their own government now. Prior to their sitting in the opposition, they said that Kochi were involved. Now, their own part government has said that, hey, listen, this man is not part. Why are you forcing it that he should be part at all costs? Look, this is where now we need to stop at the Liberia. This grudge thing is too much.
I mean, that's the issue. We got grudge for each other too much.
Too much.
That you want to see your friend fellow Liberia fall in trouble.
Then when we meet, we showing teeth like we love one another. We don't. We just start pretending around here and let them stop these kind of and things we are doing. When the government say this person is free, why you want to force it by all costs? I told someone out there, even when they come up with other report and say that, look, we have put this Mose inside. We said that he was fully responsible for the children's death. They made sacrifice, they do all kind of things. And when they came yesterday, it was shocking again for the police to say that Mose is not part.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much for the show.
Thank you. Thank you. Line 2, good morning. Oh, good morning, the national caller. Your line is bad. Hello?
I did it for your side.
Okay, I'm getting you now. What's your name, sir?
Yeah, we're calling from Maryland, Silver Spring.
Okay, move on. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you for the discussion going on the morning. Nobody hit any young man. It's the young man, you got to live your life, they will speak after you. Nobody hit them difficulty. Why American station difficulty? American station difficulty? But if the left, they will speak after you. I agree with the police. But the one came over, so nobody has considered the work. But you could live with your life. To live with your life. Is that a lot of people that are doing the same work in corporate life? They are going left to the left. The CDC has a lot of young people. Nobody going around accusing Baba Molu, accusing Akawa Gray, accusing the other people. Nobody.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Let's go to line 1. Line 1, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. What's your name?
Yeah, I'm Mazubi Smoke calling from Downwater Sahate. Yeah, first of all, let me congratulate you for the show. You know, when you don't be you, it should not be me. People lie on the George Weah and the Kochi regime here because they want their power. The same government now come in power telling the Liberian people, say no. All the things we're talking were lying to you. So this is the truth. So now the rescue team telling all the truth. All the things that they say, how Weah Kochi CDC rule they want, they say no. We're just lying to take power from our people. So the rescue government need to come and openly apologize to the CDC-led government, the past regime. Unity Party got to do it because they lie on all.
Thank you.
They lie on all.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go on the line on the next. And good morning.
Good morning, Julius.
Good morning. Good morning. Is that Tupa?
Yes. I'm Tupa Junior. That's the intellect of this people.
The other line looking at you. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Julius, for the platform. Well, Julius, we appreciate the police report. We appreciate the investigation that has been undertaken by the rescue government, because we have observed in time past that, like you put it, every evil in this country, they link it to our former commander-in-chief of the Evil League, Chauvin Tomakoti. And I still believe
you go off, Emmanuel. So maybe you can call back. Let's hear you. 077777107. What do you make of the police report yesterday relative to the three missing boys and the importation of the guns and the death of Batin Yinsua? So let's hear you this morning. 077777107, 07777221223 are the numbers you can call on this morning. Steve, I'll call you back later. Yeah, good morning. How are you? I'm okay. What's your name?
Hey, this is Estoma and Arumi Constant. Therefore, the report yesterday for the National Police concerning that case, the way looking, the high looking. So, those people, the family of those children, they got to stand, of course, to stay with me in the green, not the blue. In so doing, they got to stand. When our report is Jamie, then it's okay. When it's not Jamie, then they got to stand and let people stay there. Maybe not to the street, but you take the law. Or when the law not take you, or you take the law. Now, you get in the street and we don't want to go the other way, the way I want to stay here. You know, when I say, when the law not take you, you take the law. People, may God bless you.
Line 2, good morning.
Julius, I was on the line.
Okay, let's hear you.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Julius, I just got caught up on the Emmanuel.
Yeah,
let me take where I stopped, Julius. Like I was saying, we have realized that, most people, especially those people who have different opinions when it comes to political ideology, it's just jealousy. It's a mad jealousy, and this kind of jealousy is very destructive one, because if you are jealous of someone, you should try to do something that will, go in line with that person, because jealousy command the voice, you command the youth population in the country. Even now, I think it's general. Come here, I tell you no lie. Koji has the voice of the young people, he has the command of the young people, and because of that, the kind of great popularity he has in the cities next to President we are in the cities.
But that doesn't mean that he's not influenced on some bad things. So yeah, leave out. My point is this: where you always accuse him. That's my point I'm making this morning.
Listen. I'm not saying either you do bad things, right? Revolutionary, you can move as meditate, to cause destabilization, but it will not be as horrific. No. But you cannot do that.
But that's a bad thing anyway.
No, I mean, meditate, start up people, that's what we can do. Not for all to say we'll harm somebody. No, it's not DNA. Don't encourage DNA. No, to some people, for the point of killing them, no. It couldn't be. Coaches of father died. As my father died, he was baptized. So it's
all right. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's hear you. 077777107, 07777221223. What do you make of the police report yesterday? We also want to talk about the noise in the city. The city noisy, man. As I said initially, the city is noisy. The noise is all over the city. And I think in our communities, you can't rest. When you try to rest, the megaphones thing will come and disturb. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir. What's your name?
My name is Duson Zanga, starting from the center of Broad Street, around the Broad Street there.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, the report of the police is welcoming, and we will also go further. It shouldn't just be they carry on the investigation of Batin Yensua, but all us who were there that we didn't hear.
The gifted Lama, but I think they're still going through the more investigations. So these are cases that they want to conclude it. So maybe we might hear some report again soon.
Yeah, to go further to add other investigation of confirming that. So I would like to say thanks to them for the preliminary investigation of it, and we hope we'll get the end of all of those deaths. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Same point there. Let's hear you. Yes, but I mean, it's up to the three missing boys' family to take the case to court. It's up to them to take the case to court. I mean, the fact that the police say, "Oh, SYZ is free," that doesn't mean that they can sit down. They got the power to go to court to challenge what the police said. I mean, that's a reality. But anyway, well, let's hear you. 0777 107 0777 221 223. Yes, you know, sometimes I want the radio, and when people call from Broad Street, you can hear the noise. Morovia is noisy. Good morning. Good morning.
This is what I said for Nizu. This is what I said. He's all taking the criminal report that they give. The people that will be certified, they're not certified. They're not taking the law.
And that's a fact. You can go challenge the law.
To take the law, you are in your hand or on your back.
I can take law on your back.
You can take it on your back when it's peaceful.
They're in your hand.
Take it in your hand.
That's violent.
That means you take people now, you are happy there now.
All right. Thank you. Line 2, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Julia, good morning.
Good morning, sir. What's the name?
Yeah, thank you. This is fine.
Lawson Pine, let's hear you. Let's hear you.
Thank you. Look, all the people are not happy. I think you just ask a question that why is that every party happening in President Weah time, people are kissing Fuji. I think that was a question, right?
Yeah, just ask that question.
Very good. Look, the American government answered that question. Why the reason that the brother was sanctioned by the American government?
And that's what I said.
Very good. Look, let me realistic. Not because today he may have been exonerated on that the 3 missing boys. It doesn't mean that they're not doing anything bad in this country. But let me say kudos to the National Police for their investigation so far. President Weah time was investigated. Today they have been investigated, right? So I think that for a particular case we need the police to rest and focus on another case again. So there are plenty cases on out there.
Yeah, there are other cases there. So well, the police can fast track it to get a report.
Yeah, fast track it. So now the three
me, I'm concerned of getting a report from the Gifty Lama, you know, and Abba Peters.
Yeah, Gifty Lama, Abba Peters, and the other folks. So we can now clearly see that those guys were missing. They're not, even though they are not missing according to the law until maybe
after 7 years. Yeah.
They are dead, right? So they shoot at the ground and no foul play. So let me close to the National Police. But I don't want for anybody to say it's a wage one because these guys that were invited in the case of Yeswa, there are some guys that were invited now. They call them person of interest. When you say person of interest, they didn't say that you didn't want. Go and say what you know about it, what you mean. You're situated.
You are not accused, you are not guilty, but you're going to go clear yourself. You were there when SYZ happened. We saw you at the hospital, we saw you to the home, and you will clear yourself.
Yes, because some of the news that we heard, he said that during that night, we did Canada, who got that, who sing Canada with the Yeswa, the Yeswa guy. And at the house, they were there, and they were also at the hospital. So
but even the former health minister have been invited too, because she was at the hospital.
Our question is, if your child was to be Calabar, subsequently you were at your house, then at the hospital, then where were you guys before the guy died? Or prepare from the hospital, so you guys, you have to go and clear.
Yeah.
Go and clear. So
but that's just normal thing. Let's say for example, Julius Boki and Lawson Pine go stay somewhere. All of a sudden, happy to Lawson Pine. Do the investigation will call me. Julius, what happened? You were there. You know, that's a normal thing. Through that investigation, they'll get to establish who did SYZ.
Very good. So we need justice in the country. Ministry of Justice, let's get a police change. Thank you for the time, Julius.
Thank you very much, Lawson Pine. Let's hear you. 0777 107 0777 221 223. We got 14 minutes to wrap it up this morning. Let's go back to line 2. Good morning.
Julius.
Yeah, good morning.
David Yaris and I call from Benson Street.
Let's hear you, David.
Julius, I think this government has validated that they will account for things that will happen. I think back then, the past 6 years, things that happened, the past government was not able to account for them, to investigate them and come up with findings. But since indeed, just about 6 months into this government, if they can investigate things that happened in the past and come up with findings, I think indeed they are telling us that they will account for anything that will occur in the country. They will try to come up with findings. So I would like to say hats off to the Liberia National Police through the Justice Ministry, and we hope and pray that it will come up with fights. Anything that occur around the country, they will investigate and come up with it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, David. You have it this morning. Let's hear you. 0777 107. If you follow our Facebook page, just share the link, or you want to participate, you're out of the country. The WhatsApp number is +231 777 221 223. That's the WhatsApp number for those who are overseas. So you can call those numbers to participate this morning. Yeah, so we are here. And so I was just saying that I'm not supporting Kogi anyway, but my point is that where people will sit in a corner and say why they should free Kogi. But the point I'm making there is that if you know that you have an evidence to prove that Kogi was part of the whole thing, then you better say it. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Well,
yeah, you know, the police thinking for the report. But you know, one thing is destroying our culture, and we know as a young people now looking at it, is the level of propaganda. Because most of our propaganda here is just based on false and the leading information. And people take it to the prophet and the prophet follow them. And at the end of the day, other people don't know you're going to follow them. At the end of the day now, they're going to be ashamed. The administration of the government should be able to apologize to the found administration.
Apologize to who now? I beg you. My man, he politics apologize. I'm listening. Go on.
Well, the administration was in power. Everything that was done in the country, according to the meaning were here, when I know where was the country. And today, most of the cases, we are there. Some of it for the I'm just feeling, but the one that is not done, we are there. Some of it for it. So you see that some of them are not good. And a criminal investigator is things that go in depth. Yeah, about the person's interest case, yeah? It's a conflict of interest. This whole person is called, we agree. Because Monica, the lady that was in the hospital with them, I thought she was unconscious. She said that she saw the guy at the hospital. And those things happen, they know they think that they say you're well lived. So now when they say they get into the hospital, they think the woman know you're corrigible. The first year they say, you know, they talk when you go there. What I mean, like, you don't kill the person. So when you go there, you don't kill the person. No. The way I say that, oh, why you know? Oh, I was telling them to call me. The next hour, I went to the hospital.
And that's why we said. That's why we said. Even though they invited, that doesn't mean that they are guilty. They are just calling them because to just question them. They were there. Some were at the home. Some were at the calabash. Some were at the hospital. So they're going to get their accounts, and based on their accounts, then the investigation will continue, and maybe it will come up with fun. That's it. Yeah. So that's it. Thank you.
Yes. So what I'm saying is, there's nobody propaganda because in the same IG, you don't go to school everyone, you listen to them. You say, oh, that Koji get cancer too. You know what? All of this, no.
Where did IG say that?
I said they were to go to school FM and keep the past administration.
My man, I have not heard IG saying that. Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, okay. Hey, we say IG. I say, well, the IG that we are record steady.
No, I said the people. What you see there? On the air. The former even a lot of problem. Oh, you don't go there.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your contribution this morning, and that's the reality. So, the man getting at politics, if you go to for a political party, sorry for how big you are. Everybody, look, that's why I said this country, everything in this country has been politicized. Everything that's supposed to be something just common for the common people politicize it quick. So that's what has spoiled this country. Everything has been politicized because everybody want to do politics. So the moment something happens, the people will twist it and politicize it to the extent that you're not smart, you're not getting no hay, no tea. And that's what's suffering us in this country. We're taking politics to be like something that, we'll use to destroy our friends. So everything now is politics. Oh man, I beg you, just bring on one thing. You hear the other part, the other group account, but the other part, so politics is just the hallmark of the day. Everybody just going through it. I mean, even the bar where you say you can buy one cup of rest in the market, go in the market, one room, they're doing politics. Go tell a woman today, say, oh, your bag of rent too expensive, or your cup of rent too expensive. They'll put politics inside. So you see, so that's the point. But my point I'm making there is that, let me be clear, Jefferson Koji, I'm not saying he's 100% a good man. We know, we know he's not a good man. And nobody is perfect. Everybody has his own flaw. Getting me? But the point I'm making there is that everything that went on wrongly in that past government was associated with Jefferson Koji as a young man, certain major of this country, and a youth league chair of the CDC, and now the Secretary General of the CDC. So my question is, why was it that every bad thing that obtained during that period for the past 6 years when CDC was in power, why was it associated with Jefferson Koji? So I think that's one, the report, is serving as a caveat to him. If Jefferson Koji is involved in doing bad things, that's his business. Or it's up to him to stop it. But there are people who are still questioning the report of the police and saying that, why is it that Jefferson Koji is exonerated from that report? Why is he free from that report? Why is Moses free from that report? Because the big saying was that Jefferson Koji was the one that brought those guns. Even when they went in, they called it Bravo, they found the guns in the house, they associated that with Jefferson Koji. When the 3 missing boys got missing or got drowned, people say, oh, President Joy wanted we have paid Moses to extract kidney to give it to him. So you see, so my point I'm making there is that if you are out there and you think you are dissatisfied with the police report and you have concrete evidence to show to the police that, look, Jefferson Koji is part and parcel of all of these reports that you are generating him on, the police is willing to record a case based on the evidence you provide. But in the absence of providing evidence or even showing an evidence to anybody, and you still question the police report, I found that to be unfair to the police. The IG said it. They concur with the report, the first report for the Blazing Boys. So that means that the previous government started an investigation and gave a preliminary report. Now they came and they concurred. That means they agree. But in the absence of an evidence, and you're still saying that the police shouldn't have done that, the police should have indicted Jefferson Koji. That's the point I'm making. My final caller, good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Good morning, my final caller.
Jefferson Koji is released by law.
Please call your name, my man. Call your name.
Okay, I listen to my. Koji is released by law. But in his own mind, in his own head, he knows he now. Koji has something. Koji knows he is that. So for the healthy, we investigate him. That wickedness. May God bless you. Have a good day.
Thank you. So, I mean, it's good that you said something. You said legally, in the law now, you said, Kogi is free. But conscientiously, he's not free. That is up to Kogi's own conscience. That is up to Kogi's own conscience. Conscientiously, he will sit and think. And say the police free me, but in my heart, I know I'm not free. That is only if that's the situation. But as it stands now, he's free. Thank you, folks, for being there. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be here again with another fascinating edition of the program Sky Morning Live on Sky 107.1 FM. My name is Julius Boki. I mean, all boils down to one thing. Don't pray for your friend downfall. Don't pray for a friend downfall. In life we live today, you don't know how it's going to end. In life we live today, you don't know you're going to meet somebody. Everybody under this song got a fault. Nobody is perfect. No man is infallible. But I find it very strange to see young people standing on the streets and questioning a police report, even saying that the fact that the police, as General Kogi, the police report is not fair, it's not factual. Young people. Young people. But think about tomorrow. Think about tomorrow. As I said, I have not seen Kogi before. And I mean, yes. President said the first time was when I laid my eyes on Kogi. Since then, I have not laid my eyes on face-to-face sense. The second time, President said I have not seen. But the point I'm making there is that we should not pray for the downfall of our friends. Kogi guy is bought. Here is Sabu Unit, they know what they can do. And I will always say this. When you say American people placing sanction on you, it's not because of what I brought people say. The Americans themselves, they got people on the ground who are observing and seeing everything that's happening. They got people on the ground who see everything that's happening and they give report on a monthly basis to the U.S. So I'm not questioning the American sanction. If America decide to sanction anybody in this country, I would never question it because the eyes that American got don't have the eyes to see. American can be where America they see Labrador going on. American can be in a country that will tell you how Labrador is and how Labrador, they will tell you everything. So I don't question American sanction. But my point is that we Liberians should stop fighting ourselves because of political gain. Especially young people. It's bad. Let's go to the pages quickly. James Saladbu, James Saladbu said, provide jobs. You will not see or hear any noise like that. I'm not the one to provide job, but it's annoying anyway. Razak Khan said, good morning, Sky FM. I'm happy to be following the broadcast this morning. Musa Bete Pin said, good morning. Let's go. We're not going to take a lot of comments because of time. Let's come. That's Roberta Richards here watching from Louisville. Abraham Solo Choir said, good morning. Samson Carey said, brother, thanks for your topic. All right, so tomorrow morning I'm going to be here again, another edition of the program, Sky Morning Live. Have yourselves a wonderful and a God bless day. Bye-bye.
Good morning, and this meme is not a toy. Every child who hears the dance is a joy. And this is a march beat of a rush. I got check on the beat. You feel me? Checo brothers gave on me silence. But from time to time, some evil people want to keep me silent. They want those of you who trust to send hide your hands. The hands you distracted your kids, and the sins are million like a friend said. You can smile or you can laugh. But when the trumpet sounds, we always play a one time. Our country and no more fighting. This is why can we build a better be a Liberian, so stop lying to me. I'm proud to be a Liberian, so stop lying to me. I'm proud to be a Liberian, so stop lying to me. I'm proud to be a Liberian, so stop lying to me. Come down, Jehovah, and teach our generation moral and sincerity. Oh God, oh, and let dignity be the hallmark of the day. We pray to thee, oh God, hear our prayers. Come on. Yeah, boy. Yeah, we go. 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 Come on, Jake on the beat. You should be looking around, see this up with you.